So
maybe
fun
like,
fact, I'm going to have to think about that.
Is that about ourselves or about our company?
Ooh.
I think ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, just something like maybe even non-music related.
Okay.
Maybe we could do just like describe yourself. How would your friends describe you in one word?
I'd go for the first question.
I don't think we get a choice. I think we're just going to get given one and we're getting a heads up. So
Then I think we'll go into like a bit about our backgrounds and stuff.
yeah.
It'll be good to kind of do a bit of like industry topics. So maybe like a roundup of last year and some of the events that happened.
Yeah.
So obviously we had like the strikes, which was a massive thing
Yep.
in Hollywood, and how that affected the industry, and maybe even like individually, if you saw like how that affected kind of thing, and what that looks like moving forward. Maybe some of the trends of last year that we saw, and maybe what we think like trend wise gonna happen this year.
Yeah.
AI is a huge one.
Yeah.
I've got
So
many
maybe-
thoughts on that I can share.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, just discussion on that, how we think it's going to change the industry. It already is starting to, and where we think that's going to go, and how everyone is going to adapt to that, and how is that going to affect like our roles, for instance, or a composer, or and the way that like music's being licensed, full stop. House sync is now completely saturated. It's such a saturated market now, isn't it? In how like you said yourself, like where you're now traveling and everything, you're getting absolutely inundated, but everything else just free flow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
cool. But it seems like we have no problem.
No.
I think we can talk for England.
Yeah.
So.
You got the right people for the job if you're going to have
100%.
two people on.
Yeah. Probably best. It's probably good you just got the two of us. You don't want to hog the conversation or the mic, but I always just feel especially on panels, I'm kind of like this.
I don't know about you.
I've got something to say about that.
If you've got some juicy stories to bring it.
Well, yeah, within reason. yeah.
You can
You're
have
not
like
letting all the cats out of the
P-
bag. One sitting.
No.
You're going to have to do a repeat for
I'll
all
get
of them.
in too much
a
trouble.
PG and
Yeah.
adult version.
Yeah, and the I won't get sued version.
We
Yeah.
want the stories. We want the goss.
No, but I think that's actually one aspect I really love about the business is the stories, particularly where I work, where the office is.
yeah.
It's just the stuff I see and the
Yeah.
things that happen just on a regular basis. You're kind of living in a different
Do you
world.
spill?
I've got a good one. Well, we
Good.
could wait for the cameras
Yeah,
to
we'll
roll.
Oh, it is recording. Yeah.
The thing is, though, it's when you name people.
Yeah, you can't name
I can't name people,
Yeah.
but
You have all kinds
I
of
had
suits in your hands.
I had a call to move my car the other day, or the other week, or the other month,
Yeah.
and I was in the middle of an email thing, and I kind of got stuck into the email, forgot about moving the car, and then the phone rang again. They said, "Look, can you move your car?" And I went down to move my car. And the person that was waiting for me is probably one of the biggest pop stars, and he was so nice. He was,
really?
yeah, he was,
I bet it was
he was,
Ed
he was, he was,
Reckon?
he was,
Who was it?
you have to
can't
guess. You have to keep guessing. But he's like mega pop star, and
Chris Martin.
I've had to move my car for his drummer. yes, yeah. Before.
It's so interesting
Yeah.
though, isn't it? Like, so I got brought in to work on this film that I'm still trying to finish up with, like a tiny film, tiny budget. And like, they contact me in September and they're like, right, so we've got like 11 different tracks we need cleared for like October. And I was like, look, I'll do what I can. And if by some miracle, the chain of rights is really clear and the people get back really quickly, there is a possibility that it can happen.
But it never goes that way, does it?
Of course it doesn't. No. So like, but I'm like, even now, even like we're most of the way there, we're missing one track. And I think it ended up being something like 17 in the end. And they're like, oh, but we were really hoping for. I'm like, that's great that you were hoping for that. I did really say that the minimum I need is 6 months. And even then sometimes that's a squeeze depending on like where, like one of the rights, one of the approval parties had to be mailed to
You serious?
That's how like random that particular request was. Yeah, it was in the post.
Oh, what, written?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So like, you know, so I'm like, and they're like, why is it taking so long? I'm like, I don't know. Ask the post. Like, there's really nothing I can do about it. Like, there's just nothing at all.
But as supervisors, like,
nuts.
you're the one dealing with it, and you're the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's how you have to understand exactly who you're working with.
Oh,
so
God, yeah.
in this case, is a rights holder. So maybe a music supervisor. I mean, a good example is Quentin Tarantino. So you know, he only works on tape, literally. So you don't send him a CD. He won't deal with that. And you don't send him a DVD. There's a great story of Brad Pitt going around his house, and Brad Pitt this is in his last movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Brad went round to Quentin's house to sort of do a bit of reading of the script and talk about his part and his character. And Brad was rather chuffed with himself because he'd done a lot of research, and he'd bought a stack of DVDs. And he said, "Look, Quentin, I've got these DVDs, and you know, we can look at the characters." And Quentin said, "Oh, don't need that. Come into my cinema room." And he had the original 60s.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
And so Mary Ramos, that works with Quentin as the supervisor, she will only she'll take notes, and then they'll make mixtapes, so he can go drive around Hollywood in his Cadillac and listen to stuff that she's done, and vice versa. They swap out tapes. So like the letter.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So you don't, you're not sending, you certainly wouldn't be sending any MP3s to him, I don't think, or a CD. But so maybe
no disco links for Quentin.
No, but maybe, no I don't.
No.
Yeah, but maybe an 8-track. I think you might like that. That would be cool. And they say, we've got the rights to this. Here's an 8-track, Quentin. Go and have a listen.
That is pretty cool.
I love that.
But it is interesting, isn't it? How you need to know. You have to work out in this industry who likes what and how they work. It's a big part of it, I think.
Yeah.
But also there's so many unknowns when you start any job, right? Like what, where those anomalies are going to be, where the like abnormalities are going to be. And like, that's why you just have to allocate yourself a reasonable window. Otherwise, it doesn't make room for any adventure. No. As it were. That's a very light touch word for what it actually feels like.
Literally.
Pain in the
it's managing.
another way.